better not have no plans tonight.
Movie time and it's feeling right.
You're looking for a love that lasts. You'll find it at Romancing the Podcast. Ooh, ooh, baby, you had me at hello. Ooh, I love you.
I know.
Ooh, ooh, baby, you're the wind beneath my wings. Ooh, ah, I'll have what she's having.
Thank you for tuning into Romancing the Pod. You had us at hello. I'm Paige Wesley.
And I'm your Todd Schlosser, which means, guys, it's Christmas Day. It's Christmas Day. I was
Merry
going to say,
Christmas.
and I'm your ho, 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 Todd, but then I realized what that would sound like outside of my brain.
Your ho-ho host.
Ho, ho, host is better. Yes, I like it. But it's Christmas Day, guys.
Christmas.
And I thought, what better gift could I give all of you than having my wife come on a podcast and talk about a movie she's watched, and these are her words, a blue million times.
Yup.
So we have a famous guest, Natalie.
Hello.
Yay.
Welcome.
Thank you.
It's a Christmas tradition.
It is kind of a Christmas tradition at this point because we've done it twice.
Yeah.
And that's all it takes to make it a tradition, right?
All it takes. All it takes.
So, Paige, this was the first time you saw Spirited, correct?
Yes,
Nice.
it was. This was my very first time. I went in completely blind, other than what Todd told me a few days ago, which was almost nothing. I remember when this came out, and I remember that people loved it. And we were watching a bunch of other things for the show. I'm a busy lady.
Right.
Fell out of my brain. Never saw it. Yeah. But saw it today for the first time. Really enjoyed the world building.
Yeah.
Love the performances. Love Octavia Spencer's the love interest.
Yes.
So into that.
Paige, I knew you'd like it.
I love it. Here was something that bugged me the entire time. And I don't mean this as a detracting or derogatory statement. The whole time I kept being like, this music sounds so familiar. I can't put my finger on it. But all of this music sounds not exact, but like a lot, like they all kind of sound the same, and not like every song sounds the same, but they have like a similar vibe, and that vibe sounds very familiar. And it wasn't until I got to the second reprise in the credits that I was like, oh, that's what it is.
It's Pasek and Paul, baby.
Yup.
Is that what you were getting at?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay. My bad. Okay.
Not at all.
Well, because they've done a ton of stuff and they do
Yeah.
have a style. So
They
like, I thought
do.
that's what you were getting at.
Not at all. Never heard of them before in my entire life.
You know them though, but finish your thought.
Oh wait, no, did they do the Bridgerton?
No.
Then I have no idea.
No, they've done good stuff.
La La Land.
Yeah, La La Land,
Dear Evan Hansen. Smash.
I hate Dear Evan Hansen too.
What?
I didn't like Smash.
You're missing out on some great ass music. They're so good.
I don't like any of those.
Oh
So
my
I am
goodness.
not familiar with these people.
You're missing out.
That's not at all what I was getting at.
Yeah, finish your thought.
All of these songs sound like they belong over Disney park parades. Hear me out.
Oh shit, the fast ones for sure.
They 100% do.
Christmas morning feeling for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. So it's the Ripples one has literally the same chord progression and beat as the song that was over the boat parade at Tokyo Disney Sea. And I was like, oh my God, that's it. That's what I've been hearing this entire time.
Taco Bell gonna sue somebody.
Sue somebody. I know this sounds crazy, but that weird parade at Tokyo Disney Sea is like a core memory.
That is hella weird. I don't want to dig into why that's the core memory
No,
for you. I
please.
just hope that you are okay.
I am okay, but it was me and my two friends that went. And we were walking around and then the parade started. We just kind of like got caught in the middle of it as it was happening, as you sometimes do.
And that's when Godzilla attacked, and all we heard was
Exactly.
that song on a loop and people screaming.
Just the screaming. No, it's an incredibly catchy song.
Yeah, it is.
Like one of those songs that immediately you're like, oh, and it's na 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 yeah. We'll be living in color. That's the song. We know because we all downloaded it.
I've never heard this song in my life.
Every single person around us, and we were just literally like the lone three white people there. Everyone else around us danced in unison. And I don't mean the people in the parade. I mean the people attending the park. And we were the only ones who didn't know the dance. And we were like, what is happening? And then the whole song is in English.
Not super uncommon over there, honestly.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Except at every Disney parade, there's a moment where the like all the characters like greet you and wish you a happy something or whatever. And that's all in Japanese. So instead of like, haha, happy holidays from Disney or whatever, it's like, haha, konnichiwa, arigatou gozaimasu. And you're
Oh
like,
my
what?
God,
Oh my God, what?
Honestly, would love to hear that. Yeah.
Core memory.
Yeah.
Right? So, but I listen to that song for fun sometimes, and I was like, that's exactly what this song sounds like. So, yeah, Disney like parade songs, not mad at it.
No.
But yeah, my favorite part of this is the world building, though.
Yeah, me too. I mean,
Yeah.
they probably will not, but they could make 4 of these. You know what I'm saying? Like they could make more of these movies. And honestly, Paige, I love that this is a musical.
Sure.
The world building is so good. I would watch like a straight play version of it. You know?
Yeah.
I totally would.
Here's what I would say about a sequel. I would encourage them not to make one.
Oh, I don't think they have any plans, and I agree. I don't think they should make one.
No, no.
I'm just saying the world building is that good.
Yeah, I feel the same way about this world building that I feel about one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time, which is The Santa Claus. And I think every sequel to The Santa Claus is awful. But the original movie is so good that like it endures. It was on TV last weekend when I was home for like the ornament exchange or whatever, and it still makes me cry to this day. And it's such a powerful story of basically somebody reckoning with the selfishness within them and choosing to be a better person, but having to actively choose to be better and kinder to the people around them. And that creates a ripple effect of other people realizing they can also choose to be kind. And it's that same vibe of this movie. I did call that Will Ferrell was Scrooge almost immediately, which was crazy,
Oh, yeah.
but I still loved it.
He honestly has always looked a little Scrooge-ish, like always.
A little bit.
Yeah.
And when he was in the room with all of the, like busts of all the people, they do like this, him looking at one, and it's
Yes.
so clearly Scrooge with the top hat
Yeah.
and the hair is up, and it's, there's an early on tell.
I do love the other busts that we see
Yes,
of like Dolly
Dolly
Parton, where I was like, what was she like before?
Yeah, I gotta know, what was Dolly Parton like before she got Dickens'ed down?
I was like, when did they get to her? That was so fun. I do think because all the other ones that you see are like notably good people.
Paige,
Yes.
let's just say Jolene's super lucky he visited beforehand. You know what I'm saying?
What if you just wrote a song instead of kneecapping her?
Exactly.
Exactly. I do love that, like, that the way that this becomes as much a story about Scrooge and this idea of like being new to change and not being sure if your change will last and not having faith in yourself to make good choices. I think that's incredibly relatable.
Yeah.
But it also gives us probably my favorite song in the movie, which was Good Afternoon.
Oh,
Yes.
Good Afternoon slap.
So good.
Good Afternoon slaps.
It does.
And then they continue that bit. Like nobody says good afternoon until that because they don't want to reveal that like that is like the worst cuss word you could say in the 1840s, right?
Well, and I love the callback to it later.
Yes.
Well, yes, they call that's what I was going to say. And then a few times after that song, people say it. Like when they get out of the taxi and he's like, hey, have a good afternoon. And he comes back and pulls them out of the car.
Like, you motherfucker. Yeah.
It's so funny. It's so funny that they like do those callbacks to it. It makes me laugh every time.
Yes. And I am not always the biggest Ryan Reynolds fan, oddly, except in Christmas films, because Just Friends, also one of my favorite
Right?
Christmas movies.
Oh, yeah.
Right? But I feel like a lot of times I think Ryan Reynolds will play things up almost a little too campy, and he actually does take time to be very sincere in this movie, and I think it works really well.
I would also say his campiness does help when he's singing, though.
Right.
Because it's supposed to be campy.
Yes.
And I also see him as a little bit campy. Like, I've loved Ryan Reynolds since Two Guys, a Girl in a Pizza Place, but that's because
Yes.
he only chewed scenery back then. And, like, I was here for it because it was so funny to me. But if you don't like camp, you're not going to like it, you know?
Well, I also feel like there's a time and a place,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
Just Friends is very much served by that sarcasm and, in some ways, that cruel voice, because that's the rest of the movie is on par with it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't necessarily fit as well in this movie. Like, it fits in some spots, but this is ultimately a very sincere movie.
Yeah, I think so.
And so it really, really requires a little bit more of a heartfelt vibe.
And man, I do love that there is a love story in this, you know, like
Oh my God, a great one.
Octavia Spencer and Will Ferrell fall in love and they have children. one of which likes to pee outside.
Ronnie!
And
There's a bathroom at ours.
and it's also about two guys falling in bruv.
Oh, yes.
Which I love too. Like, I really love that they like become bros over the
Bros.
course of this evening.
Yes. I love within the love story of this movie, there is no question about whether or not the people involved, whether or not they like and have feelings for and are interested in each other. But rather, the question is him being like, can I be good enough
Yeah.
for her? And Ryan Reynolds and everyone else being like, yes.
Yeah, bro.
You also have value. You are a, good, interesting, fun person. There are a million reasons why she would want to be with you. Let her like you. She clearly likes you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is the healthiest, sweetest love story I've ever seen. And they're absolutely together. I refuse to hear anything different.
Oh, they definitely are. We see it at the end. They have kids.
Please.
Yes.
But
Yes.
you're right. Like the will they, won't they isn't, oh, will they love each other? It is very much like Will Ferrell has to get over his like, I'm never going to be good enough to be with anybody issue that he has because he sees himself as unredeemable. But like everyone in his life is like, no, bro, it's been 200 years. You've been doing a pretty good job for 200 years. You're fine.
Right.
I think you've kicked the good afternoon habit.
I also love the message this movie has of like, you don't change overnight. You have to just constantly wake up and choose to try and be your best self. That's the reality of what happens. None of these people that they haunted changed overnight. They had a day where they were like, I'm going to make a choice and then have to continue making that choice. Just like Dolly continued to choose not to curse
stab
Jolene.
Jolene in the back of the neck.
And I think that's a much healthier message than like, one day you're bad, one day you're good. Much more of a, you are a person that makes choices in your own life and you ultimately have to choose what kind of person you're going to be. And it's small choices every day. It's not overhauling everything all at once. It's just making small choices to try and do the best by the people around you. And I think that's great. Like, I love it. And I love that that's where Scrooge is on one side of like, he has made those choices for 200 years and is still like, is it enough? Versus Ryan Reynolds, who's like just getting to the point of starting to try and make those changes.
Yeah, it's great.
It's a great movie.
All right, babe. So we saw this pretty early on after it came out.
Yes.
I just want you to, obviously, I'm going to let you talk about how you feel about the movie, but ballpark it. How many times do you think you've watched this?
Oh God. Okay, hang on.
I don't even like, don't be performative. Don't make it up. Like I want an accurate, serious number.
Okay, I've already watched it 4 times this year.
Dang! It's only December 17th.
I watched it on November 1st.
I have watched almost no Christmas movies because I've been traveling. And then once I got home, Rob Reiner died. So I've just been watching Princess Bride and sobbing.
Oh,
Yeah, we're going to be doing some
can't.
Rob Reiner movies coming up.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
But probably let's say it came out in 2022. So probably like let's say 20 times.
Okay.
Ballpark.
That seems like a fair estimate because, if you've already watched it 4 times this year, let's tack another 2 on there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere around there. 2025.
I bet it's north of 25.
Probably.
I bet it's north of 25. That's all I'm saying. I think I've watched it 12 or 15 times.
Yeah.
And I'm not even mad about it. Like, I really like it. But this is like one of your go-to,
Yes.
just want to throw on a movie that'll make you happy kind of a movie.
And this isn't even including the soundtrack. Like we've listened to the soundtrack a lot.
I bet the soundtrack fucking slaps,
It does
especially
slap. It does.
if you're in like a mascot costume walking down Main Street or on the riverboat, just like
You can't wait to talk Japanese to some really rude tourists.
Good afternoon.
or just like classic Phantasmic, just like da 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 da. Seeing in your
I love that Paige is
mind and
singing
you
a
will
song
find
8
in
people
your
have heard in this country.
Bruh, that song has played for 30 years, and I
Wow.
bet so many people know it, and it'll just unlock a piece in their brain.
Guys, lock that piece back away. But babe,
Yes.
why do you love this movie so much?
Well, unlike Paige, I love the music from Dear Evan Hansen.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen that on stage, and we saw the movie, all that. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm a huge fan of Pasek and Paul. I think they do amazing stuff.
Same.
They did The Greatest Showman. Come on.
They did do The Greatest Showman.
I also don't like The Greatest Showman. Oh, God.
I am not a fan of that movie. I watched it once and I was
Sure.
like, no, thank you. But I do love some of the music,
The music is great.
especially Rewrite the Stars. I love Rewrite the Stars.
I'm morally opposed to P.T. Barnum in general.
Yes.
So I don't really like the
Right.
movie either.
I get it.
Yeah.
But the music is good because
It
I
is.
have heard that soundtrack.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. I have not seen La La Land. I have heard some of the music and I do like it.
Paige doesn't like it very much. I like the music from it, although
Yeah.
I do agree with people's criticisms of it. It's not
Well,
my favorite, but I really
yeah.
like the music.
But I do like the music.
It's all right.
And Dear Evan Hansen holds like a very tender place in my heart. I don't know how else to put it, just because some of the songs like really, really struck a nerve for me when that musical first came out. And I can hear some of it in this musical so much, like even down to some of the harmonies, especially in Do a Little Good at the end.
I love that song.
That's a great song.
It is, man.
Is so good. But also, A Christmas Carol is my favorite book of all time.
Yes.
Not saying it is the best book of all time.
No.
It is my favorite. It is so sentimental to me.
And I know this about you.
Yeah.
And the more I saw how much they were incorporating actual Christmas Carol stuff
Yes.
into this, I was like, I bet Natalie fucking loves this.
I
like, I
do.
get it. I get
Yes,
it.
like I have seen probably every adaptation of A Christmas Carol that is available to be consumed. And some I love, some I hate.
We've already watched a Muppets Christmas Carol at
Yes.
least once this year, and I unironically love that movie.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yes, it's my favorite. That's my favorite
Yeah.
Christmas movie of all time is Muppet Christmas Carol.
Alfred plays it so seriously and like it's so emotional. It's so crazy because he's like looking at Muppets,
I know, man. He's incredible.
but he's acting his ass off.
I always recommend his book to kids that I teach, his acting and film book. It's really good. Michael Caine. Yep.
Oh, it's the one that's entitled "Do It Like You Would in Front of a Fucking Muppet Kid" by Michael Caine, aka Alfred.
By Michael fucking Caine. With the new Knives Out movie out, people have been pitching a Knives Out movie that's all Muppets except for Daniel Craig.
Oh my
And
God.
I can't tell you how badly I want that.
I want that.
That sounds
Paige.
Holy
fucking
shit.
incredible.
Yes, holy shit.
Oh my God.
Right?
As Paige says, put it in my veins.
Put it in my fucking veins.
Well, you see, it was Big Bird in the alley with the handle of the axe. I can't do an impression, but
He didn't think people were watching, but the feathers along the graveside let us know who the culprit was.
you can clearly see the beak impressions on the man's face.
He was beaked.
Or is that what they wanted us to think? My favorite Muppet movie is Muppet Treasure Island.
Yeah.
With Tim Curry.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
a good
one of
one.
my like stone cold favorites. And I feel like the key to a good Muppet movie is whoever your one person is that's not a puppet.
Yes, you're one human.
Yeah, you're one human playing it completely straight.
Yes.
And buying in 110%. And both Tim Curry and Michael Caine absolutely do
Yes.
that. And I would love to see Daniel Craig do
Oh my
it.
God.
Holy shit,
Please,
that'd be
God.
fun.
That would be
Yeah.
amazing.
My favorite Muppet movie is Murder on the Orient Express. So, babe, is there anything else that you love about it? Like, we watch it so many times
Yes.
every year.
I do. I love the dancing and the choreography and the tapping. Oh my God.
Dancing is great.
It's so good.
I have such a nerdy choreography like note later on because I also love it. But like, if I noticed it and loved it, it's way better because like I am not the kind of person that would notice that kind of thing typically. It's just not, that's not usually the things that stand out to me.
Yeah.
And it's that good.
Yeah.
The dancing in this is generally incredible. It's very Newsies-esque, and I mean that as a
is.
compliment.
Yes, you do. If anything is Newsies-esque,
It's a
it is
compliment.
good and on the right side of history.
The last time I tapped, they didn't have tennis shoes with taps in them.
Yeah.
That's how long it's been. But I actually really liked kind of that version of tap that
Mhm.
they brought into this.
Yeah.
I thought it really, really served just the movement and the sets. I thought it was really well done.
Yeah.
As a drummer, everyone knows this, but like the only kind of dance drummers respect is tap
Is
dance.
tap.
Yeah.
And so when I saw them incorporating it rhythmically, like into the song, like it becomes like its own instrument. And I love when they use it that way, which
Yeah.
is like pretty much every tap dance. So like I unironically do love tap dance. I like in high school was super into Riverdance
That makes a lot of sense for you.
Yeah, it does.
from a like percussion like area. Like it's insane. Anyway, but I love that.
Yeah.
And they're so good. And there's like
so
12
good.
of them, but it sounds like one because they're so in sync. It's just like stupid good.
Yep.
I felt the same about Wicked Part 1 when they're in the library and they're doing Dancing Through Life and they use it percussively in the song there.
Yeah. And they just do that so much in this movie.
I mean, honestly, I don't think I've ever heard tap dance that wasn't to be used with the music. You know what I'm saying?
But this was even more so.
I would say it is even more so, but
Yeah, because I feel like these composers, Pasek and Paul,
Pasek and Paul,
Pasek
yeah.
and Paul, it seems like they work well with the people who are doing the choreography, is how it seems to me.
Right.
Because it feels like it is written for that. And like, it was so impressive to me the way that it was incorporated and how it didn't seem like after the fact a choreographer was like, okay, let's put this tap in here. It was like, this is the beat that is intended to be in this song in this way.
Yeah.
And the dancers they cast, man, were friggin' phenomenal. Like everybody in this
Incredible.
movie, the girl who plays Ghost of Christmas Past,
Yeah.
Yes.
I had never seen her before. She cracks my shit up.
she's so funny in
She's
this movie.
so funny.
It was driving me nuts the whole movie. I couldn't figure out where else I'd seen her, but I know I have. As far as tap being percussive in that way, I feel like is a fairly modern version of tap.
Yes, absolutely.
Because if you go back to like Gene Kelly and stuff, it's more solo based.
Yes.
As opposed to always in line with the percussion of the song.
Yes.
And I think we still get both, but I think the synchronization of tap with your written percussion is more modern, but it's so much more impressive when you do it on film.
Absolutely.
Because you have to be so precise
Agree.
with your editing and your sound. Like that takes so much work to make that happen and make it sound good and look good. Another one that did it really well this year was Sinners, when they did Rocky Road to Dublin and they time his clogging basically at the like rhythm of the song as well. So glad they're nominated for Oscars. Good job, guys.
Right.
I'll say this, that might be modern, tapping being like an instrument in the music, but, and this is because I'm a tap dance nerd, Gene Kelly did like a tap dancing with drums. Like he was playing drums while he was tap dancing with his feet. And that was in like the early 40s. So like people were doing it, but it probably wasn't like mainstream, and that's probably why it was a big deal when he did it.
To be honest, I think it was probably too hard to do on film the way we do it today.
They definitely did not have as good a technology as we do today.
Right.
For sure. Yeah.
In part because like when you look at like Singing in the Rain and stuff, a lot of that tap was Foleyed in.
Yeah.
So like they wouldn't record it in the on the day. They would dance it out on the day, but then they'd usually add the tapping sounds in after. And so I think with this, I think they're catching it on the day, but then also incorporating like timing it with the music. And I think it's more just because technology has gotten cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make more musicals, y'all.
Right?
You can do them really well now.
Yes.
I know. And Paige, this is another great example of like hire people who can do the acting job.
Yes.
And help them out with the singing.
Yeah.
That's 100% what they did in this movie. Because everyone in this movie, I would say, can sing passably.
Yeah. It would be like great to go to karaoke with any of them.
Yeah.
Right.
But they're not going to be like up there with Ariana Grande or like Taylor Swift or like actual singers. You know what I'm saying?
No, but they're getting through it. No, there's no defying gravity in this musical.
Right.
Like they kind of structured the songs so that they are talk singable, which is, I would say, a lot more common on stage than in movie musicals, because you have to get your story points through. And then I think they probably treated some of the audio after.
Oh, I'm sure.
It
For
sounds
sure.
great.
For sure.
Good for them.
Yeah.
But it makes it so that you understand what's going on. Everyone sounds good. Nobody is standing out.
Yeah.
It's good. They did a good job.
The only person who is like a stellar fucking singer, and I wish we had more songs from, was Patrick Page.
Oh,
that man can sing so well.
He plays Marley, Paige. He's Marley.
That's okay. I was like, I know I've seen that guy before too.
Yeah, he was Hades in Hadestown and was nominated for a Tony for that. He was nominated for a Tony for that, but he did win a Grammy.
Nice.
He has such an insane low register. Like he can sing so like powerfully at such a low register.
He has a wide register too. Like you,
No, he actually has a huge range.
He has
You're
a
right.
huge
I just
range.
think what makes him stand out so much in my
Yes.
mind is that he has such a command of those like super low notes.
yes, he
And he
does.
shows it off in this.
Well, his speaking voice,
His speaking voice is really low.
his song is one of my favorites.
Me too.
Purely because they keep interrupting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that made me laugh really hard.
Ryan Reynolds is just taking the piss out of it, and then he gets pissed and leaves. Like, it's very funny. We'll talk about it when we get there, but yeah.
The only one that made me laugh harder was when he's like, if you don't sing, I'll let you do it. And everyone who's like gearing up for a big song is like, oh, great, cool. And then just like stops and does not sing the song.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's hysterical. That's great.
I love that moment so much. It's so dumb.
Yeah.
But like that song is the last song that you see in the credits. And
Yes.
it's my
So
favorite
good.
song.
Yes.
Oh, in my notes, watching the end credits, I was like, I kind of wish this was in the movie.
I
Like, I
know.
loved that moment, but
Yeah.
this song is so good.
It's so, and the choreography in that.
The choreography in that is nuts.
That's where I come down on it. Like, I'm so glad it exists in the credits,
Yes.
but I'm so glad we have that joke too, because that joke is
Yes,
so
yes.
funny.
It's so good.
That moment is so funny.
Anyway, perhaps we should go through this, I think, wonderful musical scene by sung scene.
Yes, we open on them essentially pointing at a woman's grave played by Rose Byrne.
Yeah.
It literally, Rose Byrne has like 3 lines in this. There's so many famous people who are like, I'll show up for a line. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Like Dame Judi Dench at one point.
Oh, she was green screened in from one of her rooms at her own house in
Yeah.
London. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
she's in the movie.
They shot her out in 20 minutes.
They shot her out on a webcam on a green screen.
Yeah. Can I do this via Zoom? Yeah. But Rose Byrne, she's at her grave. The ghost of Christmas future, or yet to come,
Yeah.
is pointing at her grave and she's like, I'm sorry, I promise, I'm so sorry. And what we're getting the gist of is that she's apologizing for like ratting people out to the HOA, just basic Karen shit, essentially.
Yeah, I mean, this would be like she's like calling ICE. Like, it's that kind of person. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Her name is Karen in the movie too.
Her name.
yes, it is.
Karen.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well, and she just kind of like sinks into the grave and is like, no, and then like wakes up the next day. Meanwhile, everyone else who was at the grave pops in, and we've got Will Ferrell and the girl who plays Ghost of Christmas Past, and they're all like, another good job, well done. And then they kind of like descend into the office world of the ghosts. And I have in my notes, I was like, holy shit, is this Christmas Carol John Wick?
Yes, it is.
And it totally is.
Yeah.
Oh
This is like the administrative floor of the Continental Hotel. Yeah.
And the complicated coin system. I was like, yes.
It's not coins, Paige. It's gold watches that glow.
Oh.
And I guess can bring you back to life, which would be beneficial in the John Wick universe.
Right. That is true. You might want to use that. But they realize that Rose Byrne has changed because she goes to actually play with the kids in the street instead of reporting them. And they all cheer and have a chili cook-off,
Yeah.
which is one of my favorite, just weird side, like,
It comes back at the end too. It's
Yeah.
so
it comes
dumb. I
back
love
at
it.
the end
Yeah.
too. And no, we never see anyone get to eat it, but they're just like, chili!
He's eating
Paige,
it at the
we see
end.
him eating it at the end,
Yeah.
which is
Is he
funny
eating? Oh, that's right.
because he's eating it while he's looking down at Ryan Reynolds' body, and it's
Yeah.
like I don't even know where you blow into like give CPR to that.
Yeah, I don't even think there's a mouth anymore.
Yeah, and he's just like Hoover and chili. Anyway, I love the way the neighborhood reacts to Rose Byrne coming out and like confronting them as they're playing this game. Like they have the energy of someone who like, maybe it's better to say it this way. It's clear they're in a stand your ground state and she's normally strapped.
right.
Yeah.
She's the woman from that documentary.
Oh, God.
And thank God
Yes.
Scrooge got to her first.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah.
Oh my God. But we also meet their like group of interns that we only see a couple times. But I love that one of them just goes, hey, do they clear your browser history when
Yeah.
you die?
Yeah. I love that those guys are always together.
Yep.
And it's so clear they were like, we need like 15 cutaway jokes to really make this script pop.
Right.
Let's get a team of writers, write 15 things, and then get 8 people to stand in front of a green screen for 30 minutes and shoot all of them, and then we're done with the movie.
And I would also tell you that it's very, very possible. I can't confirm this. This is not in Fun Facts. But I would say there's at least a 60% chance that those 8 people are the writers they called in to punch the script
Yeah.
up.
I'm sure they are. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is great. I love
And they
it.
just like each got one or whatever.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like the girl in the front was Todd because when she was like, it's a musical, and the guy was like, what is? And she goes, all of this, the afterlife.
Everything.
The Afterlife is a musical.
And the girl beside her was like, I knew it. She was like so excited. She's like, oh, I knew it. And I was like, that's Todd.
I literally wrote in my notes, I can't tell you how excited I'd be if the afterlife ended up being a musical.
Yes.
So yeah, guilty as charged.
I feel like I would go through phases of getting really tired of it where I'd be
Yes.
like, I'm trying to fucking sleep. Like, you know, something.
But Paige, it wouldn't come out that way. It would just be like a sad, slow song about not being
Yeah.
able to sleep.
Able to sleep. And
Yeah.
that would just drive me crazier.
I can't wait to hear the song where it drives you fully ass crazy, because that song's going to be Crazy by Gnarls Barkley.
It'll be like if any of you have seen Death Becomes Her on stage, there's a fantastic song where one of the characters is in a mental health facility and is just singing about how often they think about killing the other person, and it's great.
That, by the way, Megan Hilty from Death Becomes Her was in Smash, who they wrote
Yes.
for, and I was in a movie with her
Yes.
and had several scenes with her.
Yeah.
And she's very nice.
I'm sure she's lovely. I've only heard good things. The problem with me for Smash is that anyone wouldn't pick Megan Hilty.
I know. It's like, come on.
You look at the two, you're like, clearly it's that
Right?
bitch. Like-
That was the dumbest thing ever. But she did amazing in it. That was the first thing I ever saw her in. And so I was like geeking out when I found out she was playing Patsy Cline.
Oh, yes. I mean, she fucking makes Death Becomes Her. I
I'm
mean,
sure.
so does everyone else. The entire cast is fucking hilarious, but she is also great in it. Just if you have a chance, see it while you can. Anyway, but I do love that Will Ferrell, we finished the chili cook-off and he kind of goes and walks through that statue room. And this is where the HR girl interrupts and does inform him that she had a tramp stamp on the front and, the back.
Hey, she said she was from Tampa, so like, duh.
I used to go so hard with my girls back in Tampa.
Back in
we stole a
Tampa.
cruise ship once.
Business in the front and party also in the front.
Yeah. What is it? Party on the fupa and party over the poopa? Anyway.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Oh.
I don't know what just happened to me, but I think I got funny for a second.
Well done, babe.
I'll say this though, I only know one lady who like lived and grew up in Tampa, and that one lady, her husband and I had to stop her from peeing on a cop car while she was drunk.
Oh, I know this story.
And the cops were still in it.
Oh, yeah, you've told me about this. You got to wait till they get out, at least.
So they go hard in Tampa, but I have a very small sample set, if that makes sense. I only know one person who grew up there.
Sure. I am curious about what those tramp stamps said.
Mhm.
And also, I know some people get offended by the phrase tramp stamp, and I'm like, no, embrace it.
Yeah.
Yell it with pride.
Paige, for reasons I know what those tattoos said.
Oh, yes.
It was been there and done,
Done that.
Oh, my God, that'd be a great front and back
Come on,
tattoo.
I am in the zone tonight.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Babe.
Oh.
Guys, someone make a fupa and poopa t-shirt immediately.
No, never. I am
Okay.
Satellite, no.
Alternate pitch. On the front, it says deliveries in the rear. And on the back, it says please use other door. Oh,
Yikes.
so many good tattoo ideas. Anyway, she basically gives Will Ferrell the opportunity to retire. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, man, you've been doing this a long time. You could retire. You could cash it in. And he's like, I don't know. We've helped all these people. We're doing the most good. And this is where we get the pan of the statues, including Dolly Parton.
Yeah. I don't know if Colonel Sanders is up there, but he does mention he haunted
does
Colonel
say that
Sanders.
He
Yeah.
haunted Colonel Sanders.
So funny.
Here's what I like to imagine, because I think I've told you the Colonel Sanders story.
Paige, please do.
Oh, okay. So my dad, as a corporate dude, met a guy that used to work in like marketing, I think, for KFC. And the Colonel used to still come to board meetings for a while. And they were in a board meeting where they were discussing the potential of essentially changing the ratios of the gravy to shrinkflation it,
Right.
sell more gravy for less money or whatever. and the Colonel like slammed his cane down and was like, "Don't fuck with the gravy," in like the middle of the meeting.
Yes.
Because the Colonel was a bad man. I don't know if you ever listened to the Behind the Bastards on it. Bad dude.
Well, he was a Southern general, right?
I mean,
No, he actually never served. It's like stolen valor. But at the same time, I like to think that the ghosts visited him that morning to make sure he wouldn't fuck with the gravy.
Exactly. Thank you, Mr. Scrooge.
Thank you for preserving that gravy for us.
oh my God.
Anyway, they immediately after Christmas start planning whoever their next target is. And they go to scope it out, and it's this Canadian hotelier.
Yes.
And I do love that they're like, I like that he goes against stereotype, meaning that he's like not nice.
Yeah.
But the ghost of Christmas yet to come is like, yeah, Canadian without mittens, because it's Tracy Morgan. And he says great things this entire movie, as always.
I'm not sure he was like scripted at all, but everything he says makes me laugh.
Yeah.
But it has that like Tracy Morgan energy where you're like, I think they were just like, hey, Tracy, give me 4 or 5 alts, and all of them killed.
And all of them were crazy.
And they picked their favorite. You know, that's what it seems like. And I'm here for it.
It has the same energy of, there's an episode of 30 Rock where Jack Donaghy's mentor dies, and he's like, he'll be entombed in a 6 Sigma, like, cryo freezing at the Episcopalian Church on 6th Street. And Tracy Morgan's like, who ever heard of something so crazy? Episcopalian. And it gets me every time. But it's that vibe of like,
Yeah, it is.
yeah, that is nuts. A Canadian without mittens.
This guy, I don't know his name, but I've definitely seen him in other things. He does such a good
He's so
job
good
of
at
being
this.
the worst. Like the way he like aggressively snaps. He snaps in a way that makes me uncomfortable. I don't know how else like, yeah.
You walking plunger.
It's like your mom trying to get you to shut your mouth in church, like from far away. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, my mom would snap and be like, shut.
Yes.
Shut.
She'd be like, hey, merry and bright.
That was my aunt.
I know, but I wanted to call it back because it's a funny story.
It's so great.
We were in Texas and an antique store that had like a whole Christmas section. It was just everywhere. We just kept snapping at each other like, hey, merry and bright. She has no memory of doing that, by the
Oh
way.
my
Like, we
God.
have done it in front of her and she has no recollection that it happened. But I do love, if you watch all the way to the end, after the second song,
Yes.
after everything,
Yes.
there is an ending scene with this guy where they come back around and get him.
Yeah, they get him.
Yeah, I love it.
They get him. But essentially, as they're in the hotel, they run into Ryan Reynolds, who is there for a Christmas tree convention. He's essentially like a motivational speaker for hire,
I don't think that's what he is.
but he is a media consultant.
Yeah,
In this moment, that's the
Yeah.
role he's fulfilling, but he's a media consultant.
Yeah, he's like, his introduction is perfect because he's basically just like really good at PR. He's like a really good marketing mind, more or less. And he just does what I would refer to as like black hat marketing.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, yeah, it doesn't matter if we destroy people's lives as long as we sell more and I make more money. It's great.
Yeah.
You know, right? Like,
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. Like,
real
that's his
dark.
vibe.
Yeah.
That's why I call it black hat marketing. But his introduction is so good.
Yeah, it has real monorail energy.
It is. Yeah. Except it is like the playbook that Steve Bannon and Roger Stone have been yelling at
100%.
Republicans to do since the 90s and explains how we ended up here.
Yeah.
But it's more of a Shelbyville idea. Yes. Yeah. What this town needs is genuine, bona fide Christmas trees. Christmas trees, Christmas trees.
Right?
Yes. And this is also a great song.
I love it.
Because it is truthful and terrifying, and it is all dark marketing. But through this song, they basically are like, oh, this guy creates ripples of change. And right now it's change for evil.
Yeah.
But if we flipped him, maybe it could be change for good. Maybe it's stockings instead of coal. Maybe we'll flip him.
I do think he is right when he's like, yeah, you could flip me, but like the ripples of negativity would not then just be ripples of good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
he would lose his job and business because his business model is on that, you know, and
Yeah,
it's honestly, it works right now.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
The whole point of it is, what does he say? It's not enough to make them love you. You got to make them hate your enemy more.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is also the first place where we see Octavia Spencer, his like She does his research, but it also kind of paints her almost like an assistant.
I just thought that she was like his number two.
He said when they do the flashback thing, he calls her senior vice president of communications or something like that.
Something,
I think it was executive vice president, something like
was
that.
it?
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
she was his first employee, more or less.
Yeah.
Right.
And seems to be his number two.
The movie does have her follow him around like an assistant, though, and I think it's mostly just to have her there in
Yes.
scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she can run into Will Ferrell and they can fall in love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me, not Will Ferrell.
Scrooge McDuck.
Ricardo C. Fishman Pratt.
Roberto C.
Right,
Fishman
right.
Pratt.
Excuse me,
Roberto C. Fishman Pratt.
It's too many names.
Too many names.
Too many names. The perfect blend of Mussolini
And
and
Seacrest.
Oh, yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it. I love it so much.
But I bet that was an alt, and I bet Will Ferrell had 8 funny things, and that was the funniest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I kept trying to think of like who else would be hilarious to compare in that way. And there are so many combinations.
We could have just said he's like a young Stalin, because young Stalin was also super hot.
Yeah, it's like Stalin and Disney. People with common hatreds. But this is also where they start to do research on him. And we get the first glimpse of he had an older sister who died about 5 years ago. He's got
Yeah.
a niece who lives with his other brother. And the second they were like, older sister died 5 years ago, I was like, that's what did it. Like, it's the root. But they go back to the office and they're like, we gotta do this guy instead. Plus, goes to Christmas Past. It's like, plus he's hot. He's like so hot.
I love that. I love that scene because he's like, yeah, he's a stone cold fox. Like Will Ferrell even admits it. He's like, yeah, no, he's super hot.
Super hot.
But let me say this, because this is my choreography note about the last song.
Ooh, yes.
First off, he is like running up for the big finale, right? And he's like, it's like the low bridge section before the final chorus, if you're a music nerd like me. And he is like walking by tables and he's like throwing his arms in a way that makes it look like he's causing the tables to be thrown. But it's really the angry mob that he has created behind him, flipping the table and doing the violence. It is, I think, a very like showy way to show us like, hey, this person isn't like doing the violent thing, but people are doing the violent thing because he is telling them to do the violent thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, that's like a really great way of showing that and not telling it. I also love that he just gets up on stage and becomes the star at the top of a human like Christmas tree at the end of the song.
The one that, and now granted, because this is movie, they have editing abilities to do things, but when he sits and snaps into the white suit, I was like, nice.
He like
kicks
flips his shoe
up.
and then kicks his foot into it, and that's when it flips to the white suit.
Yes.
So
It's
great.
dumb and I love it.
Dumb and I love it. But when they're moving the tables and everything, this is something that is way easier to do now in movies than it was to do on Broadway or in old musicals, because it literally requires you to time it to the music. So you have to be able to hear and time to music live without recording it, but also then sync that music after the fact.
Yeah.
And have everyone do it on time in time.
Yeah.
Very challenging, hard to pull off because it is a oneer
Yeah.
as he like walks through. Yeah, lots of good camera work in this movie when you wouldn't think to find it.
And we get to see that cameraman at the end of the movie, which is cool as shit.
Very cool.
Yeah.
But they try to, make him their next guy, but they can't because his file says unredeemable because he doesn't believe that people can change. But Will Ferrell is like, well, maybe if I can't do this one, I'll just retire. And he's like, are you serious? He's like, no, but let me sing a song about it. And he's like, look, if you don't sing, I'll let you do it. And they're like, oh, all right, cool.
I love that he just like turns back to where, the board meeting that he was just having. He like just turns back to them. He's like, he's going to let us do it, guys. Let's go.
Let's go. And then no one sings and we just keep moving.
Yeah, it's so funny.
We cut to Ryan Reynolds' office where he's going through all the campaigns they have. And one was that like Billie Eilish and Ed Sheeran had agreed to get into a fight about the fake trees, but then resolve their beef on the day of the VMAs.
Yeah.
Which I found pretty fun. But his niece is there. And he basically is like, can you just get rid of her? And Octavia Spencer's like, hey, no, your dead sister said to take care of her.
Solid guilt trip, Kimberly.
I love the way she like manipulates him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the way he immediately acknowledges it and only seems to like allow it to like work because he's impressed by her abilities to guilt trip him.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like, I don't know, hanging out with your niece for the very wrong reasons. You know what I'm saying? Like that's That's insane. He also like starts off this conversation with his niece and she's like talking about how she wants to like run for school president or whatever. And he's saying the worst shit to her during that. He's like, oh, you really think you could? Yeah, you probably couldn't do that. Yeah. Who are you up against? Oh, he sounds awesome. Like, he doesn't know that kid.
Yeah.
He's just like being a dick to his niece and like really like you shouldn't do this. Like, this is not you.
I have bad ideas too.
Yeah. He literally says, I have bad ideas too.
Right. We all have bad ideas sometimes.
Yeah.
Insane. And then the back half of this scene, he says way worse shit to her.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because he basically is like, all right, fine. If you want to do it, if you want to win, here's what we're going to do. You're going to have to start getting C's so you can empathize with the people.
Be a man of the people.
Man of the people. And then we got to get dirt on this kid. So we're going to have Octavia Spencer look it up and find dirt on the kid. And you're just like, oh my God, this is rough.
Yeah, he's like 12 or 13.
Yeah.
And they're doing opposition research on a 12 or 13-year-old.
In the third act of this movie, did not expect them to take it where they took it.
Yeah.
But I was like,
I loved it.
damn, honest though. All right.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay. But Octavia Spencer goes to look up info on this kid begrudgingly. She doesn't want to do it. She already feels like it's wrong. But this is where we get her first song, The View from Here, which is basically her being like, am I a good person? Like, I feel like I'm a good person who's doing bad things to get by, but does that really make me a good person? Or did I cross over into being a bad person? Like, where's the line?
It's almost like if you took the Mitchell and Webb Are We the Baddies sketch and made it a song.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But it does paint her as this sympathetic character who, like, yeah, she did just like do opposition research on a child, but she also like, she grew up very humbly and has achieved much through this. And so that's why she's struggling with it. It's like hard to walk away from a lucrative job that makes you a bad person. Like, that is hard to do. You know, choosing morals over monetary comfort is difficult, you know? And so she's struggling with it. We do eventually see her make the right choice. And I kind of love that aside from falling in love with the man who, you know, played cowbell in Blue Oyster Cult,
Right.
like this is her arc more or less. Like she's always hated it, but it's now become like, it's more important for me to live like how I see me being a good person than it is for me to make a shitload of money. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I love that arc for her, honestly.
Me too, although I do think it's hilarious that when she sings her arc through at the end, they're like, no, we get it.
Yeah.
We're just, okay, a kid's not dead. Finally, okay, great.
You're doing great right now, but
You're doing great, but we have other things to do now.
Yeah.
I love that the dirt they find on this kid is him at the soup kitchen with his parents for Christmas and being like, we have to help homeless people. Gross, which is absolutely the kind of dumb shit a shithead kid would post on the internet and then quickly delete.
yeah, a sixth grader.
A sixth grader, right?
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where I'm sure the kid thought it was funny at the time, and then an adult probably came alongside and was like, hey, can you not? These people have nothing. Can you please quit being a little shit? And then they were like, yeah, okay, I'm sorry. And then deleted it, right?
She even says in the moment, she's like, oh, he posted this and deleted it almost immediately.
Yeah.
So it sounds to me like it wasn't someone saw it and told him to take it down. It was like, oh,
He felt
shit,
bad.
that's a dick move. I'm taking that down.
Yeah.
Which when you meet the kid and like you see, like he even is like, I don't really want to use this to like get votes.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
so he is like a kind of a great kid, you know? So when I was 11 or 12 or however the hell, how old are you in the sixth grade? Like I was doing stupid, terrible shit. I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But what we essentially see in this moment is they have the dirt and he gives his niece the idea of like, hey, once he goes and posts a post from the soup kitchen this year, repost that to kind of counter it and make him look like a hypocrite. Now, what we don't see is that Octavia Spencer does talk to her at some point after and be like, don't post that.
Yeah.
Or whatever. We just don't see it yet because we're following a different story.
Well, that's the reason she's there at the end.
Right.
Yeah.
Because she went to the ice rink to tell her
Right.
to not post it.
Right.
Which I loved. Like, we don't get her like moment where she decides to go do that. We see her struggling with the fact that she
Right.
was involved in the opposition research, but we don't see her actually make the choice and go stop her for doing that. But this is the reason she doesn't post it is because Octavia Spencer is conflicted about her job, not because of what Ryan Reynolds does. Although he was trying, but he got there too late.
Right. Now, as they kind of walk out and all the ghosts have been kind of following because they're going to haunt him like that night, basically.
Yeah.
We realize that Octavia Spencer can see Will Ferrell, and he kind of has like a meet cute. And in my notes, I just have in all caps, she can see him. Wait, did they fall in love? Because I was very excited about it immediately.
Yeah, they do, Paige.
Well, he notices her at the Christmas tree convention. He notices her and it's kind of like, ooh. And then when they're in the office with Ryan Reynolds and Ghost of Christmas Past is like, okay, I'm going to stay here and watch him put Ponytail Boy over his knee. And Will Ferrell's like,
right.
I'm going to go with her and see, you know.
Yeah.
I also love that in this moment, he does not lie to her. He tells her the absolute truth, and she thinks he's really funny because of it.
Yeah.
You know?
He does. Well, he does lie to her that his name is Roberto
C. Fishman Pratt. Yeah. Which, okay.
And then that's the name
That's
he
their
keeps.
name at the end of the movie. Yeah. She becomes the C. Fishman Pratt.
Ronald J. Fishman Pratt.
Oh, but we cut to Ryan Reynolds' house as he's prepping for his party that night, but the lights go out. Things start shaking, and everyone who was at the party disappears.
It's such a cool practical shot. Not the shaking like bells, because you see like a shaking picture frame.
Yeah.
No, but everything going dark.
Yeah. And then you see like, honestly, it's probably just wardrobe holding that awesome jacket that if I had, I would just wear all the time. It would be my go-to jacket. I would wear that shit until late May.
It is
It's
cool.
so cool.
Yeah.
You would look like biker Santa. Like the back of that jacket should say, if you can read this, Mrs. Claus fell off.
Paige, how dare you make my future jacket even better? I'd still wear that shit. It'd be great. Yeah, but when it like zooms in on the picture frame that's shaking, the wardrobe people just walk out of the shot.
Yeah, they just disappear.
You know?
Yeah.
So it's all practical, but it's done so well. It's very cool.
Very cool. But who should show up? Jacob Marley, who's got chains with like boxes and bricks and everything tied to them. And this song is very Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Yes, it is.
Meets Charles Dickens.
Yeah.
And I'm not mad at it because it's like a full light show, this full thing. But anytime he stops him, all of it stops and all of the chains crash to the floor.
But it's not like the music just stops. Like when Ryan Reynolds interrupts him and like stops him from like continuing the song, like the music goes, it like slowly winds down. It's so funny to me.
Yeah.
But he literally, like, Marley gives up. And he's doing the full Dickens of, like, these chains are the chains I forged in life. Like,
He literally in the song yells, "Feel my chain,"
He goes, do I have to?
which is honestly my favorite Christmas quote.
It's my favorite 2 Chainz song.
It's all about when he's on top, but he's wearing his bling still, so it's hitting you in the face. Anyway,
God.
we've all been there.
Yeah, right in the forehead. Yeah.
I have a long necklace. Natalie knows.
Or on the back.
Yeah.
right over the stamp.
You have a key necklace. My tramp stamp is a lock, and you have the key on your necklace, and it just like
Oh.
My long necklace actually is
it's a key. It's giving me tattoo ideas.
Yeah.
There you go, Natalie. Get a heart-shaped lock. I know a lady. She makes house calls. Oh, man. But he's like, I give up. You take it away. Christmas Past. So Christmas Past rolls in, and Ryan Reynolds is like, hey, before we do that, can I like shower right now? or
Okay, but they
whatever?"
reveal Christmas Past like it's a like film noir, but shot in color. And
Yes.
she's the femme fatale. I love the way she like, walks off the elevator looking just like,
Yeah.
I love that they're together at the end.
He redeemed himself a little bit.
I mean, he redeemed himself a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, I really love the way she's revealed. And then like they do like go after it immediately.
Immediately, because she's immediately back and is like, yeah, can you cover the rest of my shift? Because I think it'll just be weird. He seems like he's too into it.
I mean, because
and I
they
don't really
literally
know.
just had sex. Like,
Got off to a bit of a humpy start.
He's like, yeah, we did.
that's what's revealed. It's so funny to me. I love the way they write her out of the movie a little bit so that we get more time with Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds because he does her job for that night, you know?
Right.
But they do it in such like a funny adult kind of
Yes.
way. I loved that.
So
It's so
funny.
funny to me.
Well, and when she comes in and basically interrupts Will Ferrell, he's basically standing at a Pepe Sylvia board about Kimberly, aka Octavia Spencer.
But under the guise of, well, we wanted to like learn as much about our purpose possible, but it's very clear that he's just following Octavia Spencer around.
This whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she walks in and he's like, what are you doing here? And she's like, I don't know. I can't stay because we had sex. It'll be weird. Can you take my shift or whatever?
This is also where we get Tracy Morgan just being like, I don't want to just be the guy that points at stuff.
Yeah.
I want catchphrase. Like, you've been Christmas caroled, bitch.
And technically that's his art.
Yes. Is that he speaks.
Well, in the real world, which is where he can't speak.
Right.
Yeah.
But so Will Ferrell takes over and shows up in Ryan Reynolds' childhood bedroom. And they have kind of this back and forth of like, he's like, yeah, I did haunt Colonel Sanders. And like, you don't have to be such a cocky asshole about this. Let's take a look at your past. And we see a Christmas where his mom, who is seemingly not great.
She's drinking currently, like in the scene.
Yes,
yeah, she's drunk every time you see her.
Every time you see her. I do like when she comes back later, but she gives him a dog bowl and then makes it look like the dog escaped out of the house. There was no dog to begin with. But this is the first time we see his older sister, Carrie, kind of confront his mom on his behalf to basically kind of try and defend her younger brother, suggesting what we will find out about Carrie later is that he truly, really does miss her.
Yeah.
So, but in this moment, he's like, this is not the moment that shaped me into a horrible person necessarily. It's the moment that taught me that people will believe what they want to believe. Plus, I never let doors open again. He's like, I was more comfortable with the idea that I had a dog and lost it than the idea that my mother never bought me a dog.
Yeah.
If that makes, Which I think is a very, like, good thought experiment for the movie of, like, this is just one line in the overall metaphor, but this idea of, like, it's easier to believe what you want to believe, even if it's hard, than to believe something you don't want to believe.
Yeah.
Anyway, we then cut to Nora, the new girl at the office, as he's working at his previous, I would assume, firm under another boss. It's Fezziwig in Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
But they are like investigating Twitter. Twitter's new, but then we cut to them at the mall and they're all supposed to be there to take pictures with Santa. And mom kind of snuck along. They don't have a good relationship. But this is also where his sister is like, hey, I've decided I want to have a kid. I'm not going to wait to meet somebody. I want to be a mom. And so I'm going to have a kid. And he is very harsh with her of like, you have no clue how to be a mom. Even though we saw her stick up for him and care for him earlier, suggesting that she does have some of those instincts and does know how to care for people in that way. But he immediately insults her and Nora leaves him because of it. But I do love that as Nora leaves, his mom is like, bye, girl. And she's just like, fuck you, like from across the mall. I was like,
okay, you too.
Yeah, I love the way the mom responds to it. It's so funny because it's clear that like the mom hates the girlfriend immediately.
Yes.
Because the mom's terrible. Like the mom character is just the worst mom ever, kind of.
But Nora makes a point of saying, I thought I could change you. Like, it's my fault. I thought I could change you, but I can't.
Which, I mean, Nora is right. It's not your job to change people.
Yeah.
Because people have to choose to change for themselves.
Yeah, because you can't change people.
Yes. But we then cut to the office sometime later, probably a few months. It's not clear. It doesn't really matter. But we essentially find out that Ryan Reynolds, while working at this firm, fabricated a scandal that allowed a senator to win an election.
Yeah.
And the guy who runs the firm is like, that's not the kind of shit I'm doing here. Like, I know that it worked, but it's dark and it's manipulative and I don't want to do that. And he's like, I'm going to have to fire you. And Ryan Reynolds is like, no, I'm going to crush you. Like,
he literally said, I got to fire you, but don't worry about it. You'll land on your feet. And he's like, I'm not going to land on my feet, boss man. I'm going to land on you.
Yeah.
And he's right.
Right.
He's right.
Yeah. And he's like, because I don't have any morality holding me back. I'm willing to do whatever.
Yeah.
And therefore I will crush you. And he takes Kimberly, aka Octavia Spencer, on the way out.
Yeah. It's very like Jerry Maguire, but also like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe don't take that job. I guess, which is also like
Right.
Jerry Maguire too. Like,
Or Michael Scott Paper Company.
Yeah.
that worked out well for them. I'd argue that in both Jerry Maguire and this, the people who make the choice to leave don't end up in the best spot.
I mean, here's what I will say about Michael Scott Paper Company. The only reason it turned out well for them is because they were able to hide that they were insolvent.
Yes,
And
exactly.
desperately needed to be bought back.
The shell game, baby.
Shell game. But we then cut to the hospital.
Yeah.
And this is where his sister is sick and she's like, I have to be realistic. I have to make arrangements for my daughter. And we don't get to hear what she's about to ask, although we know.
Yeah.
We know what it's gonna be.
We come back to this memory because right now we're living in his past memories, right? And this is the first time he's supposed to go to what they call the kicker, which is this memory.
Right.
But he doesn't even face it. He like runs. He like goes through a hospital door and then comes out the immediate one right next to it. So it's like a Benny Hill sketch kind of, but magical.
Well, it turns into Monsters, Inc. for a moment
Yeah.
because somebody comes out
It
to
does.
try and be like, hey, no, go the other way. And he climbs down into essentially where everyone else is working, like Boo getting into Monsters, Inc.
Yeah, he like sails down those steps though. Like he head first down the steps. It's hilarious. I was like, oh man, be careful, because that's what happened to the lady from the staircase, I think, from what I understand.
There's no owls, babe.
There was definitely an owl, a Christmas owl. Who's been good this year?
Who murdered that lady?
Yeah.
Her husband.
If only the ghost had gotten to him before all of that happened.
If only Scrooge had gotten a hold of that owl.
Yeah, where were we on that one, Scrooge? Why didn't you intervene in the life of that owl? But as Ryan Reynolds is down there, he sees the Kimberly board and he starts to ask more questions of Scrooge, of like, who are you? Who are you to try and critique my life and try to change me? Like, who are you? And Scrooge at this point is like, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
You're coming to where my life was.
I love the way he does that because he like is very angry and Ryan Reynolds is like, I'm not leaving until you tell me more about yourself. And he like doesn't say anything, but you know, Will Ferrell stands up and opens a door and it's like bright white kind of bluish light on his face. And he gives Ryan Reynolds the most dramatic stare I've ever seen in my life. And then like walks into the doorway and Ryan's just like, I'm not going to go. Like, I don't give a shit about all of that. I'm just staying here. And then he like peeks in and is like, are you sure you don't want to come? Are you sure? I love it. It's so funny. And then he puts on his I drive a Dodge Stratus voice and yells at him. And then finally he comes over there.
He comes over there and essentially walks through the street till he sees his old self. And essentially Ryan Reynolds realizes like, oh my God, you were Scrooge.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, the only other unredeemable to ever go through this process. And he's like, wait, well, how long were you good after? And he's like, well, I died 3 weeks later.
3.5. It was 3.5 weeks later.
3.5.
Yeah.
Because the leading cause of death at that time was January.
I love it. I also love that like they're actually, it is a simulation, but like they're actually drinking beer and it's like
And
really
it's warm.
which I guess was what it was like then. And I love Ryan Reynolds like, this is
That
just
is man
piss. And he like dumps it out on the ground. If you see the guy who's sitting next to him where he dumps the beer out, that guy is the best extra in the movie because they do things to him a few times and he always looks annoyed. He's like here for it, but like acting like he's annoyed. And he's not stealing the scenery. Like he's not chewing the scenery, but he's just like doing a great job in the scene. It's so funny to me though, because they're picking on that dude specifically.
Yeah, multiple times.
Yeah.
And then when we come back to this later in the like reprise at the end, essentially we go into Good Afternoon, which is basically the song that's like, Good Afternoon was the fuck you of its day. And it's this huge, long, spanning song where they're like inside the pub, outside the pub, through town, Tiny Tim, all of it. When it's reprised, there's a guy on fire
I know.
dancing, and it's that guy. It's that extra who's been like bullied multiple times.
That's so funny.
I love that.
So funny. But it's a great, great song. And as we finish it, they sing to an orphan who just says, please, sir, want some more. And I'm like, we're getting an Oliver call back.
Yeah, of course we are.
We get Judy fucking Dench literally just walks through the scene. That's it. Like,
Floor 'em with decorum like you're Judy fucking Dench.
Yeah.
It's Judy bloody Dench, but
And then they're like, wait, was that Judi Dench? And then they have a moment about chocolat, and then it gets back into the song.
yeah. But we then come back to essentially modern day because Jacob Marley's like, we're about done with this now. Like, we're done on this excursion. I know what you thought you were trying to do, but we're going to stick to the script.
You got to go by the book from here on out.
Oh, we kind of glossed over when they were at the mall earlier. There's a Sephora, and he's like, that's not right, because that wouldn't have been here.
He's like, yeah, good eye. We got to deal with Sephora.
We have a deal.
So we fill them in sometimes in mall scenes specifically. And then at the end, like one of the gifts or the things is like a Sephora gift card.
Yeah, the retirement
package is a Sephora gift card.
a gold watch and a Sephora gift card.
You really come for the gold watch that can bring you back to life. The Sephora gift card is icing on the cake, but like you go for the watch.
Yeah. But now that we're back to Christmas present, we get a very traditional Dickens, come here and know me better, man. Like,
Even the laughing, like,
yes.
Yeah.
But this is where we find out about the Sephora gift card, though. But we're back at Ryan Reynolds' Christmas party where we eavesdrop and hear that his friends don't like him.
right?
And Owen, his brother, is actually very nice and is like, look, he's had a hard life, but I promise, like, he is a nice guy deep down. I know that.
The people who are like shit whispering him at the party don't know that Owen is his brother.
Right.
And so when that's revealed, they're like, oh shit, no, he's actually great or whatever.
Yeah, he's so
they're
nice.
like, but here's what I like about Owen. He wasn't going to tell his brother they said any of that.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
No.
He was so nice.
He's just like the kind of guy who wants to stand up for his brother, but isn't going to get you in trouble, bro. You know?
Yeah.
Owen's a good dude.
Yeah.
This is also where Will Ferrell runs back into Octavia Spencer and they have a little bit of a meet cute, but he's in his like actual costume and she's like, oh, Ghost of Christmas Present. Like, good job.
Well, and some of them are, people are dressed up. We have to come back to this scene later in the movie and someone's dressed up
love
like
it.
Buddy the Elf and Will Ferrell's like, you look like an idiot.
You look stupid.
You stupid. I really like the guy that we come back to that's shit whispering who's dressed like Heat Miser.
Yes. I love
Yeah.
it.
I'm Mr. Heat Miser. But they start shit whispering in front of Ryan Reynolds. So they move on to the next thing. He drags him through a closet and he's like, oh, Narnia? No, it's Nora's house where she's married and has kids.
Yeah.
Now, I love that the movie, Ryan Reynolds is like, this isn't the life I want specifically, but I think this is the life you want.
Yeah.
This is what you think other people want because it's what would make you happy.
Yeah.
Like, this is what would make you happy.
And it is. Like when we cut back to his life later at the end of this movie, it is that life. Different house, but that life.
Yep.
But he zip lines him from their house to the homeless shelter where we see that kid post that photo from working at the homeless shelter. And then we cut over to the ice rink where he zip lines over to the ice rink as well. And we watch as Uncle Owen falls and then Ren, the niece, gets him up. But then as she looks at her phone, she sees that the other kid posted and she reposts.
Yeah, the bad video.
But we cut to the hospital where we redo the like, hey, will you please take Ren and take care of her? And he's like, no. And he pawns it off on Owen. And Owen is like, you're my sister. I love you. I'll do anything for you.
Yeah.
No questions.
So sweet.
I cry during this scene very often because it is so emotional. And like Ryan Reynolds, who is watching himself be the worst brother in the world, and then watching his younger brother
Be the
who is
best.
not nearly as financially advantaged as he am and doesn't have like the monetary skills that he does, just like 100% step up and not even really question what it is, you know? So it's like,
yeah.
it's such like a, hey man, you're like a really selfish asshole, bro. And your sister died thinking you were terrible. It's brutal.
Well, but that was the thing is he kept saying, I'm too selfish for this. And she's like, I know you better than that. I know that's not who you actually are.
Right.
So it's like she believes that he's better than he believes that he is.
Right.
Yeah, she believes, to use the language of the movie, that he is redeemable.
Yeah.
And he feels like he's not redeemable or he's unredeemable.
You know what is unredeemable, though? Is the goddamn wig that she's wearing throughout this movie.
Oh, that wig. Roasty toasty.
It is so bad. It is so
You
bad.
can see it from space. It's so bad.
Dried, fried, and laid to the
Yes.
side. Like, it is not good.
It's so bad. It sits too far down on her forehead. It's so bad.
And it looks like it's a wig she was wearing that looked great, but she got pushed into a pool yesterday and they just like took it off her head and put it on one of the mannequin things and left it there and didn't do anything to it and then put it back on her.
It looks like she snatched Chucky's wig.
Yeah.
Like, just straight off his head.
yes.
bad.
It's so bad.
It's real rough.
It's so bad that they CGI hair on the back of her head in the final scene.
Well,
because
because of the CGI, which is very obvious.
yes.
It reminds me of a movie we have not done on this show yet, but in 16 Candles, the main popular girl is a redhead with a very similar cut. Then she gets drunk and her hair gets stuck in a closed door.
Oh, yeah.
And she's so drunk she can't get it out.
She cuts
so
it
she
off.
gets one of her friends to cut her hair off.
Yes.
And she just goes, I love you so much. And then when we see her hair later, it looks like this.
It
lady,
does.
Where it's just like brutalized across
It's
the
so
back.
bad. It's so bad.
Oh man, so bad. Anyway, Ryan Reynolds kind of confronts Will Ferrell of like, you need this as much as I do. Like, I'm willing to continue and see The Last Ghost if you retire right now and get the life that you're afraid of, because you're afraid that maybe you are still unredeemable. And this is a full-on Jean Valjean level song that if this were a stage play, this is your first act break.
Yeah.
It's so good. Yeah.
100%.
It's so good.
Because there's like 40 minutes left of the movie, and I'm like, this is the act break.
Yeah.
If you were writing this for stage, this is where it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
The song slaps so hard, you're going to have to give people 15 minutes to reset their brains in an
Right.
intermission type setting.
yeah.
They're going to have to pee out all their amazement and then come out and back and watch the rest of it.
Yes.
They need to refuel on peanut M&Ms and overpriced Diet Coke.
Yes.
That is 100% my order at a Broadway show.
Yeah, of course. That's exactly what I bought when I saw the last Broadway show I saw, which was Death Becomes Her, and I had my fuck ice nails on, and the cashier just went, word! I walked away. I was like,
And then
yeah.
she handed you a Diet Coke with no ice in it.
Yeah, none. Didn't need it. It was perfectly cold.
And then you handed her $25 for the small package of
It was like
peanut
$30
M&Ms,
bucks.
and half of the can of Diet Coke they poured into a glass.
Yes. But he essentially agrees. And we cut to, he wakes up next to Ryan Reynolds. And then I was like, oh, here's why it's 40 minutes left, because we're basically going to watch Will Ferrell learn how to be human and get his love story.
Yep.
But he loves his running water.
I love that he, like, one of the things he's most jazzed about is taking a shower.
Indoor
And
plumbing.
then he's like yelling from the shower, hey, can I do this like once a month? And Ryan Reynolds is like, yeah. And he goes, look out, New York, this guy showers once a month. He's like so jazzed that he's going to be the freshest smelling New Yorker, which like at the time he was alive, that would probably be true.
Right.
Absolutely.
But now very untrue.
Yeah.
Very much not true. But he gets him dressed in a suit that's too tight because it's Ryan Reynolds' suit. But he does walk past somebody dressed as Buddy the Elf, which was very funny.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny to me that he's like messing with this guy's suit. He was like, oh, look at this little suit with this little pocket square. And he's like, hey, he can see you. He's like, you can see me? He's like, yeah, I can see you. And he's like, you can
Everyone
see
can
me.
see
And then
you.
he runs into the wall.
Because he can't walk through them.
Yeah, he runs into it like a support
Yeah.
beam. Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
support beam.
And that's when he runs into Buddy, the elf.
Yes.
And
You look
tells him he looks
stupid.
stupid. Yeah.
You're not even wearing a costume.
But he then pulls Ryan Reynolds aside and is like, hey, when you go see The Last Ghost tonight, hear him out. I don't know what your future holds. That's kind of not my department. But like, part of the reason I chose you is if I can change this guy, maybe I have also been changed, or I can
Yeah.
also change.
He's very tied up in the question of if you are labeled an unredeemable, can you be redeemed?
Right.
And this is the only other time since they tried to do it to him that they've tried to do it.
Right.
So he is hinging his like, am I actually redeemable question on if Ryan Reynolds is redeemable.
Right.
Yeah.
Which you can't hinge your morality on other people
No.
necessarily like that.
Or derive your worth from someone else's choices.
Yes, that's what I
like
mean.
which is kind of what it is. Like but yeah, that's what he's doing though.
Right. But he goes and talks to Octavia Spencer. He's like, "Do you want to get out of here? And like, we'll go. You're lovely on a stick." And they go to find corn dogs, which we don't see them eat, but they get this one section where they like walk through the park, and it's very sweet and funny.
I thought the reason they didn't show us the corn dogging scene page is because most people know it as sounding.
Yes, correct. and that's a lot to put in a film, even one on Apple TV.
Right?
Yeah, I do love that song, the View from Here. But what I also love is that the last ghost comes and Ryan Reynolds tries to like pull people in front of him like a human shield.
Well, because he looks like the Grim Reaper.
Right. But one of them is dressed as Scrooge as he like pulls him in front of him.
I love the old dude because he's like, this guy not Death, but Tracy Morgan is like, no. And he's like, come on, because he's so old. It's so funny. It makes me laugh every time.
But the very first place he takes him is to see his niece, who is now class president. But as she's making a speech, everyone's phones go off because the kid that she got canceled to become class president unfortunately died by suicide in this future.
Yeah.
It's fucking brutal.
Sadly realistic, though.
Well, and we see as she posts it, not here, but before, like everyone on social media, like turning on him.
Yeah.
And like saying terrible things to him. So like, it's very believable. It's very real and sad, but it's very believable.
They show his reaction and it breaks my heart, man. That kid does a good job because I'm just like, oh.
Yeah. It's really sad that his parents let him get social media before the terms and services typically allow it.
Right?
Allowing for this to happen.
Allowing for this to happen.
I should mention at this point that I've been hired by Meta as legal counsel for this family, the Instagram.
Oh my God.
The amount of profile things that I got where it's like, do you need a teen profile? And I was like, hey, I'm a grown up. Like every time it would come up on Instagram where it was like, new teen profiles, check it out. And I'm like, I'm 38.
I guess you just Googled what is 6'7" too many times and they think you're a teenager.
They're like, she looks at too many glitter accessories and cowboy boots. Meanwhile, I'm over here like, I have my own car and I know because I just had to pay to get it fixed. And it's so
I know, I'm so sorry, babe.
But I love that Ryan Reynolds is like, oh no, wait, I can fix this one. I can prevent this from happening. I just have to get out. Let's skip through the rest of this. Yeah. Heart attack? Fine.
Great.
When do I die? 93. All right.
Not bad.
And he gets to like the cool like hologram graves, which it was very Futurama. I dug it.
I loved it, yeah. But he is like speed running the like third ghost of Dickens. Yeah.
Well, and I do love that the ghost still like spikes him down onto the couch of his apartment with, "You've been Christmas Carol, bitch!" And I was just like,
this is the completion of his arc. He talked in the real world. Yeah.
Yes.
He also gets spiked into the couch at least twice and falls over it the same way. It makes me laugh every time.
Well, I love that he gets up and Will Ferrell's just sitting there and he's like, "Oh, hey man, how are you doing?" "I'm fine, but I think I have moderate to severe Crohn's disease."
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you don't. You don't. You've just been watching too many commercials because TV is new to you.
Yeah.
But he immediately is like, I've got to stop her from posting that video. That place is only 12 blocks away. I just got to run. And because he can't find his phone. So he like falls down the stairs, knocks into a pole. He's concussed.
I don't know why. I love that they include this. Like there's no need for this, but it makes me laugh because he just like is running on the steps so fast and Will Ferrell is chasing after him. But you're seeing Will Ferrell, but you hear him fall and you hear like a
yes,
of like a head on pipe sound. And you kind of see Will Ferrell's reaction to it, which is like, oh my God, did you fall? Oh my God, was that sound your head? Like, and then I can't explain it, but like Ryan Reynolds gets up using only his shoulders and knees, which is very funny to me.
His hips come up first.
Yes. He's like a snake trying to stand up after hitting its head on a pole. It's very funny to me. And then he starts to go back upstairs and then realizes he's actually trying to go downstairs. So
It's like, oh, did you forget something?
But there's no need for it. Like it breaks up the serious with funny.
Yeah.
Which makes the serious less hard to get through, you know?
Yeah.
If not, I'd be crying through the last 3 every like third act, this whole movie.
True. It's the flip of the other stairs, because the stairs into the, Monsters Inc. of it, he dives head first but lands on his feet.
Yes.
And these ones, he jumps down feet first and lands on his head.
Yeah.
But they run outside. They end up in a taxi. He's like, it's life or death. And the taxi's like, great, and floors it. But the whole time, Will Ferrell's like, who is that little boy that I was supposed to help? The one with the crutch, just a single crutch. And he's just like, little Larry, very little Larry.
Michael.
Eensy Weensy Isaac.
But they make it just in time. They get out of the taxi, and the taxi driver's like, good afternoon. And he tries to strangle him.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, it doesn't mean that anymore. They get up to the ice. They're trying to get to Ren, but they're slipping on the ice. And who should show up but Octavia Spencer, being like, I told her not to post it because this is my arc and I decided to do the right thing. And so I'm going to fucking quit. And they literally are like, they interrupt her song to be like, that's nice. Did she post it or not?
Yeah.
She didn't post it. Oh, thank God.
Oh, thank God.
Oh,
I love that
God.
during
All right.
her song here, the people who are just like clumsily skating on the ice rink, because they're just like tourists or like families skating for the first time in a year, those people become like legit figure skaters during
Yes.
the song. It's nuts.
It's so cool.
But it's like
It
the
is so
same
cool.
people who were like,
but only for like 2 minutes.
yeah, it's so cool, the transition of that.
But they have saved the day, essentially. And Will Ferrell's like, but why isn't anything happening? Like, you changed. Why isn't? And he's like, I didn't change. I'm going to go back to work tomorrow and
Yeah.
rationalize this away and continue to do what I always do. I just did this one good thing, and maybe I'll occasionally do good things again. But like, it's not this all or nothing thing that happens overnight.
Yeah.
And Will Ferrell hates that. He kind of runs down to the street of like, no, like,
They actually, I think, do a really good job of showing you his motivation for trying to take his own life here. And
yes.
he sees Ryan Reynolds rejecting being a redeemable person in his mind. And then he looks at Octavia Spencer in his mind because Ryan Reynolds made that choice. And Will Ferrell is like the South Carolina in the independence vote, always yielding to North Carolina or whatever. Like, they're just going to do what they do. So like, he thinks he's not worthy for Octavia Spencer.
Right.
So he's got to go back and fix it so he can be worthy of her again.
Yeah.
Yes, because I do think in his mind, he's like, if I die again, I go back and I
Yes.
can work as a whatever, and
Yeah.
then I can, yes, right?
Yeah.
Where it's not even out of despair as much of like a time loop
Yeah.
that I have to go fix.
It would be like if Patrick Swayze at the end of Ghost was like, hey, Demi Moore, I got to go Dickens some people down, but give me a year, 2 years tops to prove whatever, and then I'll come back and be your husband. Like, that is what he thinks he's going to do, I think.
Yes, it would almost be like if Patrick Swayze in Ghost deliberately tried to get hit by a bus to try and not become a ghost again. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you get it.
it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But Ryan Reynolds is like, doesn't want him to do this, so he chases after him.
He chases after him and pushes him out of the way, and everything pauses. And we get this whole song of like, oh, you are actually good because you would never have sacrificed yourself for somebody else before, but now you have.
Yeah.
You actually care about somebody.
This is one of my favorite songs of the whole thing. I love
Yes,
it.
yeah.
It's so great.
It's
I
so
love the
good.
choreography. I love the tap dance work. I love that on the bus
The lyrics.
where it normally says like the stop it's making, it's showing you the lyrics to the song.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like such a fun song. It's so great.
I love that they cut to the bus driver in the middle of the song and he's just like,
Who's frozen? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because this is the song, it's kind of a reprise of the song we heard at the very beginning, like the Rose Burn.
Right.
Didn't they do it a little bit at the beginning? And like it's like the song they sing before their annual chili cook-off, guys.
right, because they're bringing out the vats of chili like
Yeah.
on the street. in this.
Yeah.
But then the song stops, the bus goes, and Ryan Reynolds gets hit by the bus and dies.
Yeah.
And I love the rationale for it in the movie where they're like, look, if your sacrifice meant nothing, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, you jumped knowing you could die, and that's what happened. Like, that is the reality of what happened. Now you're dead, and we'll figure out something for you to do.
Yeah. I kind of love that his sister comes out from
Oh,
like
that made me sob.
the door that leads to the big white light to heaven or whatever, and is like, Clint, which is his name, the wig, you take it with you or whatever. And like,
Yeah.
he hugs him while looking like she's an extra in the Final Fantasy movie that came out in like 2008, and then goes back into the void because he has a different plan.
Yeah. Can I tell you, we may want to cut this out. It might be too dark. I thought of the meanest darkest thing I may have ever thought when I saw this part of the movie. And I was like, does Todd like this movie because vehicular accidents bring siblings back?
Oh, wow.
No, that's I can see how you got there, but no.
Yeesh.
Because technically,
That's rough.
they're dead. They're both dead.
They're both dead.
Yeah.
They're both dead. Right. But we then cut to now Ryan Reynolds is using all of his corporate know-how to basically run the haunting Christmas John Wick
Yeah.
thing. And they're expanding, they're doing other religions, a whole bunch of stuff. But then he also comes and visits Octavia Spencer and visits former Scrooge, now Roberto C. Fisherman Pratt.
Fishman Pratt.
C.
Yeah.
Fishman Pratt.
Yeah.
And he's kind of like a fun uncle that they get to see, which is super kind of sweet and sad, but still made me cry a lot.
I love what happens to their story because, like,
Yes.
this is going to sound terrible. Ryan Reynolds didn't have a ton to live for. Like, he was just not a great guy in life, but it gives him this chance to be a great guy. So there aren't like a ton of people missing Ryan Reynolds. His
Right.
niece for sure, his brother for sure, but that's really it. And then it gives Will Ferrell the chance to restart his life with this woman he's fallen in love with over the course of the movie.
Yeah.
And they're still bros. I love that.
Yeah.
Because he's kind of like Ryan Reynolds is new with the whole Christmas present thing. So he like comes to the guy who did it for 200 years to get advice.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. And he's like, oh no, she was in love right here. But they're in the garage kind of looking over a case together.
Yeah.
And in comes the reprise, and we get a huge sweeping musical number that is great with the guy on fire when we get to the Dickens section.
Yeah. But we also get like every cameo. We like get Rose Byrne
Yes.
singing it. We get Jimmy Fallon singing it. Like everybody who was like
Yeah.
in any part of this movie did this that day. They were there on set. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. And we cut to the interns who he's like, hey, did you see those ghosts twerking? And he was like, yeah. And he's like, that's why you had to clear your browser history. But we have this great sweeping song, and then we have a few more credits. Then we get into Ripples, which again I think is one of the best songs of the musical, and it's in black and white like a Rihanna video. It's incredible.
So good.
But it is like the song that they would have done to convince Marley to let him do this guy, right?
Right.
But we got that great joke out of it. I love it. But it is so good. And the water effect must have been terrible to actually film on the day, but it's so cool.
It looked so cool, but I'm sure those dancers were like ready to just kill someone by the end of the day.
I'm sure they were freezing and uncomfortable. Yeah. In those leather shoes they were wearing in the water.
Yep.
Like cold is one thing, but it's the wet shoes and the wet feet in wet shoes that would like.
Yeah. And that's the movie. So having seen the movie, having talked about the movie, what did you think about Spirited?
Oh, super fun. A great Christmas movie. If you were looking for a great Christmas movie that you hadn't seen before, this is the one. Screw the Hallmark shit. Screw the Netflix shit. Watch this one.
Amen.
Yeah. I love this one. It's great.
Same.
I mean, I love the Dickens story and I love musicals. So like this is like the perfect marriage of that.
Yeah, and it's got the best love story, by the way.
Yeah.
It is really sweet. It's
So
very
sweet.
innocent.
Yes, but I love it.
But very sweet. There's also another love story that is not at all innocent. It's pretty much a one night stand that like, bro, she must have been so good. He killed himself to get back to it. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't wait to get back up and past beeswax, as she puts it.
Yeah.
Because they're together at the end of the movie too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Anyway, babe, what did you think about the movie?
I love this movie. It's so fun. Like you said, it's Dickens. It's my favorite book ever. And it's a very different twist on it because it's from the ghost's perspective. And I love when you flip that stuff, almost like Wicked that y'all just did, where it's flipped from the witch's point of view instead of Dorothy's point of view.
Yes.
And I love that kind of stuff. Seeing people's motivations and, you don't think about who else those ghosts have haunted. So it's good to know that Dolly Parton was in that list.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved the world building. That is probably my favorite part. It's got a great script, great world building, and great music.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love it. But Paige, do you have any fun facts for us?
I do.
Well, hit us with your fun facts.
Pete Miser, fun
facts.
facts. When he's unable to remember Tiny Tim's name, he suggests Little Larry. which actually was one of the names that Dickens considered for the character.
Was it?
Allegedly, according to this. That might be a corn fact.
Yeah, because the manuscript, they actually have the manuscript.
Yeah.
And it says Fred, and he scribbles it out and puts Tim or Tiny Tim.
Yeah.
And then he ends up making the nephew Fred.
Right.
But yeah,
That might be a corn fact. Who knows?
little Larry.
I can't believe he cast Fred Willard in it. That's awesome. He must have been young at the
Oh
time.
my God. Fred Willard as just one of the children. My favorite.
A young Fred Willard, because he'd have to be the nephew, right?
No. I want old Fred Willard as a child. In the cemetery scene, a lot of the faces are essentially AI composites of faces of people, which I don't love, but those are only the ones on the very far parts of the screen. Everyone else that you can really see are pictures of the crew and family who worked on the shot
That's awesome.
cool.
at Mel's VFX.
I mean, it's clear that like the edges of those shots are
Yeah.
on green screen or like, it's all
Yeah.
done digitally. So that's why it was probably just amalgamation.
Right. Yep. People at the party are dressed like the Grinch, Buddy the Elf, Scrooge, Heat Miser, Cousin Eddie from National Lampoon's Vacation, and of course, Rudolph.
Yeah.
During the musical number, Good Afternoon, the man carrying packages for Dame Judi Dench is her grandson, Sam Williams.
Oh, that's so cute.
That's awesome.
The name of the hotel in the movie is the Copperfield, named for David Copperfield, of course.
Naturally.
The cab driver is played by an actor named Jonathan Cobbs, who also played the part of Roberto C. Fishman Pratt in the movie Instant Family from 2018.
What?
No!
Yes, it was also directed and written by Sean Anders. At one point in the movie, Farrell uses that as his fake name
That's so funny.
in this movie. So I think that's like a common fake name that the director puts in, which I think is really funny.
That's hilarious.
insane.
This is technically Ryan Reynolds' musical debut. Most people didn't know he could sing, and he does sing
Yeah.
in this movie. So
Yeah.
Yeah, he does great.
So this is the fifth musical film collaboration between Pasek and Paul. The others being La La Land, The Greatest Showman, Dear Evan Hansen, Lyle Lyle, Crocodile from 2022, and then obviously this.
Yeah.
Patrick Page, who played Jacob Marley, makes a quip about multiple adaptations of A Christmas Carol. Page himself created an adaptation of A Christmas Carol that several high schools and colleges have performed. The
Oh.
first performance of his adaptation debuted in 1987.
Damn.
Yeah, it featured his own father, Robert Page, who was an actor and instructor at the Theater Arts of Western Oregon State College, now known as Western Oregon State University. His father played Scrooge,
Oh.
and he appeared as the butcher in that first production.
Oh, that's so cool.
Which I think it's more just like abbreviated for the stage, I think.
Yeah.
It's not a musical that I know of.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I'll end on this one. This is actually the second time Pasek and Paul wrote songs for a Christmas-themed musical. Their first was A Christmas Story, the musical,
Oh.
Yeah.
which I believe has been on stage a little bit, and I think there was a TV version of it last year.
Oh, yeah.
I think so. I think it was last year, maybe the year before. Anyway, but those are your fun facts.
Well, thank you for those fun facts, Paige. Let's talk a little bit about box office. And this was an Apple TV movie, so like there's not like theatrical numbers to talk about, but there was a budget. Paige, I know you just
I know it.
peeped it when you were looking at your fun facts there, but Natalie, do you want to take a guess as to how much the budget for Spirited was?
I'm I'm terrible at this. I usually go with whatever Paige said and like do like $2 more or something.
Quick math.
Uh-huh.
It is $3 million for every time I think you've watched this movie.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was the number I had to.
$60,000? $60 million.
The amount of times he thinks you've watched the movie, not
Yes.
the answer you gave.
Right. So it'd be 25 times
Oh.
$3 million, which famously is $60,000.
Babe, it is late for me right now. You can't ask
it's
me
so
to
late.
do
Yeah,
math.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, babe. But yeah, it's $75 million, which if you adjust for inflation, because it was 2022, that would be roughly $81.8 million today. Famously, Apple never tells people numbers and like performance in that way. They'll never say 8 million people watched it in its first week out. It drives me insane. I wish they would, but like they can do what they want at their service.
It's how they can claim they didn't make any money and then do creative Hollywood accounting and not
Yeah.
pay the guilds what they should be paying people for the work that they did.
Yeah, real shitty.
There's probably other also bad reasons.
Sure,
But I don't want to speculate. Yeah.
That's definitely one of them, though.
Definitely is. I wouldn't put it past them that there would be other bad ones. But
Sure.
they did say that this movie was the biggest release that they've ever had.
Wow.
That doesn't surprise me.
It doesn't surprise me either, but that doesn't tell you anything as far as how many people actually watched it and which when we have movies that are on Netflix and stuff, sometimes we can get that information. Although sometimes the movies are after and they didn't do great. So they don't have exact numbers, they're just a lot of girls watched it.
A lot of girls watched it.
A lot of girls watched it. In pulling that, did you find the amount that Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell were paid? Because I found that in Fun Facts. That's why I did not read it.
Oh, what did you find for that?
40 million of that 75 is just their salary.
I mean, listen, they are great in it, and they're both big stars.
That's true.
So,
and they're a huge reason why people watched it. I cannot begrudge them that.
Yeah.
That is their rate. That's what it costs to have them in your movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, a half of that budget is just having those two.
Wow.
Well spent, though.
Yeah, well spent.
I think it's worth the spend.
I mean, getting Judi Dench on green screen probably cost him $500K. Anyway, but that's your box office. Paige, you want to hit us with that romance scale?
Sure. Our romance scale is a scale of 1 to 4 of how romantic we found this movie today. Top.
I'm going to give it a 2 for the Octavia Spencer, Will Ferrell love story.
Yes.
I mean, there's some chemistry there, and she corn dogs him off screen. They talk about it. And I'm going to give it a 1 for Pasts and Ryan Reynolds' love story, because it is just a one-night stand that got out of hand.
I mean, they do end up together, though, and they seem to have a fun working relationship together.
Yeah.
They do.
I'll accept those numbers. Natalie.
I'm going to say a 2. I think it's very sweet.
It is very innocent, but they do have chemistry. They're great.
Yeah. And it's, I guess innocent is the right word. My brain isn't functioning well enough for me to come up with words right now.
Yeah, baby, he says a newfangled mouth kiss.
A newfangled
Mouth kiss.
mouth.
He's not I want to hear it clap. He's I want to see what a kiss feels like. It's so innocent.
It is. It's so sweet.
Yeah. Back in my day, we called that the cholera delivery system. Yeah. I think I would give this a 0 on the roar scale.
Yeah.
But a 2 on the romance scale, in part because I love their love story so much. It is very innocent, and it's just two people who like each other and aren't afraid to admit that they like each other and want to be the best for each other. And I love that.
Yeah.
I love that for them.
It's great.
So, yeah, that's your romance scale.
So, Paige, this week we made our listeners watch yet another musical.
Correct.
What are we going to make them watch next week as we venture into January, I believe?
It is New Year's, and it's not a musical, but it's a classic New Year's movie that a lot of times people forget is a New Year's movie.
Yeah.
And we have not done it, and it's definitely going to make me cry, but I'm excited to finally do it, and that's When Harry Met Sally.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
We have to.
Yeah.
But guys, that's your homework. Watch one of my favorite Rob Reiner movies that doesn't involve a band called Spinal Tap, and report back next week for that episode where Paige is going to go up against Meg Ryan for orgasm sound.
Oh, cannot wait. I'll have what she's having.
I'm excited to edit that.
You're welcome. You're welcome in advance. The amount of people posting the ending scene when he confesses his love to her, I was just sobbing. So I'm probably going to cry next week. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But hey, do you have any reviews for us, Todd?
I do. This week I'm going to read our most recent Spotify comment, and this is from someone named Willow, and they say, I don't know why, but when I saw this episode pop up, I was bracing myself for some negativity. Pleasantly surprised that you both enjoyed it so much. By the way, this is on our most recent Wicked episode.
Wicked!
Yeah, I had a great time watching it when it came to video. Looking forward to part 2 when it's not $20 to rent later on, which, yes, I get. I had to go see number 2 in the theaters. So it cost me I don't know, Natalie and I went, my brother came with us. It was $80.
That's where I had the worst pizza of my life. I'm sorry, the third worst pizza of my life.
That's right. You did. That's right. You did. But they go on to say also the Mr. Ed joke made me laugh out loud, which I don't even know which one of us made it. I couldn't even tell you what the Mr. Ed joke was, but I'm glad you enjoyed it so much.
It was about Fiero's horse that talks, I'm pretty sure.
Yes.
That checks out. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Anyway, Willow, thank you so much for that awesome Spotify comment. And if you want to have me read your 5-star Apple review or Spotify comment, leave us one of those things and I'll do just that. Oh, wait, before we close it out though, babe, thank you so much for joining us
Yes,
on
thank
Spirited.
you.
to, I think, solidify the Christmas tradition of having you on our Christmas episode.
Well, thanks for having me.
On the savannah.
On the savannah. I'm gonna have to watch that now
That
too.
was last Christmas.
Yeah, Eurovision's great. It is.
The Lion of Love. Anyway, but no, thank you. I'm glad I got to watch this movie for the, I don't know, 28th time or so.
Yes.
So, babe, can you tell people where they can find more of you?
Yeah, I am at Natalie Renee Kirk on Instagram. I'm not really doing much else anymore, and I'm not on social media a ton, but yeah, you can find me on there a little bit.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Amazing.
I love you, mean it. Can't wait to see you later tonight.
Momentarily.
Yeah.
Love y'all.
So, yeah, if you guys like this show and want to hear our other show where we talk about horror movies, that is The Horror Virgin. That's the only other podcast I am on, but Paige is also on Cult Podcast, which you can find at Cult Podcast. And you can find us on social media. I am at Todd J. Awesome, literally everywhere. Paige is at Paige Wesley on Instagram.
No, it's at Rampage Wesley on Instagram and TikTok, at Paige Wesley on Twitter.
That's right. All right. So that's where you can find Paige. If you want to find the show, we are at Romancing the Pod Show, right?
Yep, Romancing Pod Show on Twitter.
Well, and Instagram, right?
And Instagram, but it's show SHO because character limits. If you start typing Romancing the Pod, it'll come up.
It'll definitely come up on Instagram. I don't know about Twitter because I haven't posted on Twitter in a hot ass minute. So, like, who knows? But that is where you can find more of us. So, yeah, guys, give us a follow. Support the show any way you can. We'd love it.
Smash that like button.
Hell yeah.
And that's going to be it for us, you guys. I'm Paige.
And I'm Todd.
And you complete us.
Ho ho pletion. Bye. My wife edits the podcast, nerds.
My wife.
My wife.